Who would have thought that this dreamlike beautiful lady on the canvas was actually the Madam of the Green Clear Pavilion 50 years ago? Back then, she was also the well-deserved top courtesan in the Flower Street. She was even chosen by the emperor to receive the Western envoys, and was even called the Moonlight Elf by the envoys. Little did anyone know that her beauty would cause trouble for people decades later, just because the envoy visiting this time requested to meet the legendary Moonlight Elf. So Ningxi sent for Mao Mao and told her the whole story. Unexpectedly, Mao Mao had actually heard such a rumor. That's right, the Moonlight Elf was the Madam of the Green Clear Pavilion. As long as she was paid, she could come to the palace to meet the envoy at any time. But what the envoy wanted to see must be a peerless beauty. If they presented a withered old woman, it might develop into a diplomatic problem at any time. However, the other party should also be clear that the person he was looking for was someone from 50 years ago, so it would be better to try to find a beautiful woman to take her place. But 2 days ago, Ningxi had already held a banquet where many beautiful women gathered. But the other party was not satisfied at all. Instead, she had a mocking expression, just because that envoy was actually a woman, and the other party's identity was related to the subsequent trade between the two countries. So Ningxi wanted to try her best to satisfy her request. But now it seemed extremely difficult. Seeing Ningxi's troubled look, Mao Mao decided to take a risk and invited the madam to the palace the next day. After hearing Mao Mao's question, the madam proudly talked about the past 50 years ago. Back then, to receive the guests, the emperor selected a dancer from the Flower Street to entertain everyone. That person was the top courtesan, the madam back then. And the most important reason for choosing her was her tall figure and well-proportioned curves. At that time, everyone was in a hurry to prepare for this banquet. Even the waxing and waning of the moon and the insects in the woods had to be taken into account. Although there were many accidents in the performance preparation, the final performance result was very perfect. After the madam finished talking about the past, she quietly took out a cloth bag. Inside was actually a painting carefully made by a painter commissioned by the foreign envoy for her. The name of the painting was Goddess of the Moon. In the evening, Mao Mao took the painting to Ningxi. Now the only way was to find someone similar to the madam in the painting. But it was almost impossible to find a tall and beautiful woman who was 175 centimeters tall. According to Takamori, the envoys were almost of this figure. Maybe women who were too short looked like children to them. At this moment, a figure appeared in Mao Mao's mind, who was not only over 175 centimeters tall, but also had a face that could outshine all kinds of beautiful women. When Mao Mao finished speaking her thoughts, time seemed to stop for a moment.
何が言いたい？